Yes! Alrighty. What's up, everybody? It is I, once again, your tribal god of extreme and unified world heavyweight champion of the world, Peter Joseph here, for another video. Video number 2! Video number 2 on your Friday evening, getting close to Friday night, December the 5th, 2025. Thank you all for watching right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 66. Hooters 9. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video. Hit the subscribe button down there in my pants. All the Hooters ladies love to go. And you know who too. But all the links down below in the gobbledygook. Subscribe right now to all my channels. And leave a comment on this video or any one of my past videos. Well, these stupid comments, because you go bye-bye. like Boo would do to anybody. You go bye-bye! Bye-bye! You go bye-bye, and Satan and Ozzy will eat your fucking soul. Place you in the Iron Maiden, you done. And that's pretty much that. So if you want to do all that shit, go on somebody else's channel and do that, because you ain't gonna do it on mine. You don't like it? Tough shit. And also, don't forget to follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and share the video all over the internet. If you like, you don't have to, but if you want to, go ahead. Not my problem. But in any case, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, enjoy the show, and all that stuff. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe right now. And when you do subscribe, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab your nice, tasty, cold one, and enjoy the show. You like it? Great. You don't? Well, too bad. And if you leave super comments, you'll get sent to the Shadow Realm. You already know that. And that's that. Let me move on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Friday night, you know what that means? We got WWE SmackDown coming away in about an hour from now. We also got Ring of Honor Final Battle coming up pretty soon. The pre-show should be coming up soon. Not that I watched that, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. And also at 9 o'clock, Final Resolution from TNA Impact Wrestling. Yep! So we got that. So a big slate of wrestling action coming your way for that ass on your Friday evening, Friday night. And that's pretty much it. Then tomorrow night, we got NXT Deadline. There should be some good stuff. Good stuff. Or as my good buddy Prince Nana would say, good. We in the money. Okay. We have that. And that's pretty much it. There's a goddamn helicopter flying around somewhere. Must be traffic. I don't know. Breaker 19. We got a six car pile up on I-95. Or they're looking for some, douchebag. I don't know. Somebody in the forest, in the park somewhere. Probably looking for him. Probably did some shit. What else is new? It's Brooklyn. What do you expect? Blah, 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 blah. So you hear, a freaking helicopter. You hear a sound. I doubt you will from, but if you do hear something, it's residual noise. Not the misses or anything, but, residual outside noise. Because I lived at the airport, so. But it is what it is. That's pretty much it. Alright, Friday night. It is your Friday night, December the 5th, 2025. Like I said, we got SmackDown coming up and all that good stuff along the way. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But go back a video go to my description box. I did a video about the an update to the Netflix story that yesterday. Netflix has now acquired Warner Brothers Discovery, and a possibility that AEW might be off Warner Brothers TV if Netflix doesn't want it. So, thinking about what's going to happen with that, and a whole lot more. That's that. So check out the video. Link will be down below in the gobbledygook. So see what happens with that. You know, people saying, "Oh, AEW's gonna be fine." You know, Tony Khan and his dad got a whole bunch of money. They're gonna be fine. They could go to Europe. They could go, you know, whatever they want. I mean, it's a wait-and-see process. You know, AEW is going to be on Warner Brothers till 2027. They had the option for 2028. So right now, they got about a year or two window. So it's not bad. Got all 2026, all 2027, and we'll see what happens for 2028. So about a 2-year window. But, I mean, we have to see between now and then. So, take it with a grain of salt. That's why I titled it, Did WWE Kill AEW? Question mark. Because Netflix is on AEW, is on WWE. WWE's on Netflix, that's what I meant. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens with all that good shit. Alright, before we get to SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen, please watch the video in the description box. And also put up a couple shorts. So, check it out on time, on cue. Do it now. And that's that. By the way, grab yourself a nice, tasty, cold one. By the way, I have to do this. I know people saying, it's a mixed drink. Wrong. You can't tell. You can't tell there's any liquor in here. You cannot tell if it's mixed in or not. Because you can't tell, because you don't have to, there's nothing in there. It's just straight Pepsi. You fucking moron. So, and in the bottle here's to prove it. There's nothing in here, it's just straight Pepsi. It's like, bought the fucking thing last night, moron. So, yeah, go and, go and, some more. Because you don't know shit. Because I don't drink. Unlike certain people I know. But that's another story for another time. But hey, if you want to act like a complete jackass on your live stream, go ahead. I can act like a jackass on this stream. I don't know who would care, because I'm not drinking, so. I'm just showing my satire and comedy. That's epic, so. Can't handle it? Don't watch me, but you're gonna watch because you got, like I said, you got really nothing else to do. You should be out doing something. Doing something! Doing something! Instead of doing boring as fuck live streams on a weekend. We should be out with your friends or out with your woman or guy, Just don't splash on me if you're a guy, but, I don't go that way. I love the ladies, I love the lady. But I digress. Also, speaking of ladies tonight on SmackDown, we got Kairi! Oh, my second hot wife from Asia, from Japan. Kairi's gonna be taking on Ms. Bliss, Alexa Bliss. So that should be interesting. Cody! MDK Cody! That bitch. She's gonna be on SmackDown to bore us. We got the finals of the John Cena tournament. Eli Drake about to get killed by the eventual winner, hopefully, Walter. We got that. Ilya Dragunov, the U.S. champion, gonna be doing a U.S. title open challenge. Huzzah! We got that, and a whole lot more. Solo is gonna talk about what happened last week with the Wyatt 6. And a whole lot more for that ass for your 2-hour Cure for Insomnia WWE Whelp Down or SmackDown, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so before we get to Whelp Down and we'll get to SmackDown and get everything else, let's quickly get through this video right here on the Kill Demons channel. Thank you for watching, and that's that. Alright, so it is time for your late and out-of-date TNA Impact Wrestling and new Ring of Honor TV review. So 3 reviews for Ring of Honor this week. It's amazing, isn't it? Because I missed last week, and I had to put last week and the special Tuesday episode of Ring of Honor on YouTube into that video. Now we're doing the actual go-home show before Final Battle. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But let's get to Impact Wrestling. Last night was still at Full Sail University in Orlando, Florida for the tapings. We're going to start new tapings this weekend in El Paso, Texas, because that's where Final Resolution is. So we're going to have that pretty much through the rest of the year into the January 1st show is probably not going to be anything, so that's completely out. January 8th, well, I don't know, that's going to be, what's that's going to be, a taping, or it's going to be a recap or something, just to hype up the first show of the year on AMC, which I assume is going to be live. And that's the go-home show before, for Genesis. I think it's that one or the one after that is the one. It's the one. I think Genesis is the 24th of this month. I could be wrong on that, but I think it's the 24th. So the 15th should be a live show, and then the week after that might be live, might be taped, because it's going to be a mix of live shows and tape shows on AMC for the foreseeable future. So we have that. We move on with everything else. Alright, so as always, our commentary team on TNA Impact Wrestling, Tom Phillips and Aiden English, otherwise known as Matthew Waywalt, who loves Rusev Day! He thinks every day is Rusev Day. Go figure. Alright, so this is the official go-home show before Final Resolution coming up in a couple hours. So let's get into it. Let's not waste any time. Alright, so we can't talk anymore. Anyway, so we open with a vignette and what looks like a barn. What is this? The start of Friday the 13th, where we find out Jason Voorhees' eventual how he got the mask and everything. Weird. Anyway, we're in a barn. Various wrestlers moving a glowing box labeled with the TNA logo. And we get a cover, I wonder who did that, of In the Air Tonight in the background. And the case opens to announce TNA is coming to AMC on January 15th. Big deal. Double the audience because it's on AMC. Home of The Walking Dead. And Breaking Bad and a whole bunch of other great stuff. But I wonder who did that cover of In the Air Tonight. Was it In This Moment? Thank you, TNA. Really, thank you, Hunter. Not really thank you, Hunter, but, you know. Whatever. Alright, so we get that epic opening. Then we get the opening sequence, opening recap. But we get to the wrestling. There's a lot more action and a little less talk and a lot more action right here on my show. And on TNA too. And yes, that was copywritten by my ex. So, I'm allowed to say it because we made it up, so. But she has the actual copyright, so you can't say it. So you get fined. So fuck you. Alright, so we get to match number 1. The hometown man, Cody Deaner, this guy, takes on the resident virgin, Brooks Jensen of NXT, along with Lexis King. And right off the bat, I was like, oh, this? Match was boring. 5.5 minutes of garbage. Lexis King gets involved, gets on the apron, and that distraction led to Mr. Jensen kicking him down, and he gets the pin. Okay. That was a garbage pin in a garbage match. 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. I don't care. I hate Cody Deaner's gimmick because he royally got legit fired from TNA because he was like the Brian Myers of TNA because he lost every fucking match. And then Santino was like, well, if you don't win a match anytime soon, you're gonna be fired. He lost, then comes back in his stupid hometown man gimmick, which I think is ridiculously dumb. Get rid of him. Send him to NXT. Nobody cares. Don't send him to AEW because Tony Khan will probably never use him anyway. Well, maybe do send him to AEW. Let him be a part of the Dark Order. Ho ho! I'm sorry, Johnny Hungy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But the Dark Order is pretty much becoming a nostalgia act at this point. Not the same as when the great man, you, sir, you, Brody Lee, was around. That's when the Dark Order was like, forget it. They were good. And Brody Lee himself was just like, such mwah on the mic. And in the ring, too. And on BTE. Yelling at Johnny Hungy and everybody in the Dark Order, you're idiots! Smack her, get the paper! Boom! And then you have -1 just like beating up everybody. Freaking Anna Jay, you're just annihilating Johnny Hungy and Stu Grayson. Whatever happened to Stu Grayson? Is he still wrestling? Anybody know? I don't even know. You know what sucks? Most of the members of the original Dark Order are gone. Hangman, gone. Preston Vance, gone. He's in the frat house. Horrible. Alan Angels is in... was in TNA. I don't know if he still is. But he gone. Colt Cabana, gone. He was original... not in the original. He was there. Brody Lee sadly passed away. -1, still around. Not if I got to silence my phone. Sorry. Oh. Sorry! Yeah, so -1 still there. But he's like in school and shit. Anna Jay, pretty much about to be gone from TNA. She's maybe going to NXT pretty soon. Stu Grayson, we don't know where he went. Hangman, like I said, he's doing his own shit. Alex Reynolds is still there, and Evil Uno. That's it. It's not the same Dark Order. The Dark Order is like basically jobbers now. I hate saying that because of Johnny Hungy and Alex Reynolds, former CCW tag team champions, and Evil Uno, just Evil Uno. The guy that thinks he's evil, but he's not. Just stick to Twitch and playing your video games with your wife. But, it is what it is. That's what Cody Deaner is to me. That's where he could fit in. To either the frat house, or he could fit in with the Dark Order. Let's not do anything, just stay what you are, jobber. And that's pretty much it. We move on. So Brooks Jesse gets a boring, cheap win, thanks to Lexus King, and I didn't give 2 fucks. We move on. Alright, it's smoking time again! Well, that's Kojin time, but if you're a Kiss fan. But we're going to the bathroom, we're gonna smoke it in the boys' room! Good old Motley Crue hit. We have the Rascals, Trey Miguel, Desmond Xavier, or as we know him as, that guy, So we have Zachary Wentz, Trey Miguel, Myron Reed, and Desmond Xavier, or, I forgot his name in NXT, but anyway. So anyway, they're there. They're smoking weed, they're getting high, blah, blah, blah. They talk about their name changes. They don't like Order 4, and then they're smoking, they're giggling. Isn't that a wellness policy violation? Because they're smoking weed? I don't know. It should be, but it's not. I guess, Wasn't there an episode of TNA when one of them got caught smoking weed outside in the parking lot? Wasn't it Brian Kendrick got caught? Something like that? That was Brian Kendrick. Got caught smoking weed on an episode of TNA. Like a couple years ago. I'm like, oh, his career went bye-bye. Spanky. Remember him as Spanky back in Ring of Honor? The old Ring of Honor, not this version. He was Spanky, there was Brian Kendrick. One of the longest reigning SmackDown Tag Team Champions in history. Probably one of the best on SmackDown with Paul London. London and Kendrick, I think, in my mind, were the best SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Next to the Usos, of course. And you say the New Day, but you can put the New Day up there, but I think if I had a top 3 best SmackDown tag team champions, gotta put Kendrick and London up there. The Usos, the New Day. I guess you can put in Montez Ford and the Profits, of course. I think that's the I'm trying to go back a little bit more. Maybe the New Age Outlaws, even though they were not really SmackDown tag team champions, they were just World tag team champions before the whole merge, or not merge, breakup. Raw, SmackDown, different titles and shit. But if you're talking about SmackDown tag team champions from pretty much, I would say from the Ruthless Aggression era up to now, I think my top 3 is London and Kendrick, the Usos, and the New Day. And then honorable mention of the Street Profits. I didn't know there's a lot more, but not as great as the Usos and not as great as London and Kendrick. Just saying. So we got that. Oh, Wes Lee was his name with Desmond Xavier. Just thought of it. Popped in my head! Thank you. Alright, so we got that. So Order 4 and the Rascals going to have an 8-man tag team match tonight at Final Resolution. See what happens with that. Alright, then we go to the ladies. The lovely knockouts. We have the Inspiration! I almost did like Dalton Castle. But I have to do it like the Inspiration! Peyton Royce and Billy Kay, the Knockouts Tag Team Champions, brag about their success as of late, tell the other teams to shoot their shot. Hey, isn't that what Sean Spears and Billy Kay's boyfriend did to their pussy? Mm-hmm. Bastards. Anyway. Then Tessa Blanchard and Alicia Fox. They come in and say, we're challenging you two lovely ladies for the tag team belts at Final Resolution. And then Mila Moore runs in, helps beat down the Inspiration, who come right back, lay her out pretty easily. So I guess Mila Moore is now affiliated with Tessa Blanchard and Victoria Crawford or Alicia Fox. Are they gonna win the belts tonight? Probably not. Probably not. I see them retaining. And we got that. Alright, 2.25 out of stars, 5 stars for that. The Rascal segment, 2.5. We'll give it 2.5. Alright, then we got Santino Marella, you son of a gun! He fires up the Hardy Boys, Jeff and Matt, or Jeff Hardy, dude! And Broken Matt Hardy, yes! And the men's tag team titles are going to be facing off against Tariq Igve and Tyson DuPont, the rookies, formerly of High Rise. But the Hardys are going to team up with the Intercontinental Champion Steve Macklin and Cedric Alexander before they face members of NXT later on in the show. So we got that. So we'll see what happens with that. So I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we get a look at TNA stars getting into a fight this week on NXT. Did I miss that? I must have missed that. I didn't even see anybody on from TNA on NXT. I must have missed it. We got that. Alright, more Knockouts action. We have the number 1 contenders match with Xia Brookside taking on Danny Luna, my girl Danny Luna. And the winner of this match faces Xia Li, the new Knockouts champion, tonight. So, match was pretty good. I'm not going to get through everything. I was hoping maybe Danny Luna would get the win, but nope. Indy Hartwell comes out, cuts her off with a cheap shot, and then Xia grabs a small package. Right, grabs a small package. Not my package, but mine's large. That's what Rosa said, but I digress. So Xia Brookside gets the win, and she will face her partner in the Angel Warriors, and that's Xia Li, for the Knockouts Women's Championship. So we got that. And speaking of Xia Li, she's all happy with her bestie, Xia Brookside, winning, and she says, "May the best woman win." Okay, we'll go with that. And there you go. Match was 12.5 minutes, 2.25 out of 5 stars. Pretty much, then after that, we get to why was this match on the card? 15 seconds, Mike Santana beats the fuck out of Robbie E. Hits spin the block, 15 seconds later, goodbye. Did the bell ring? I didn't hear a bell. I didn't know bell rock! You know. Or even, since it's Christmas time. Dog! Come back, dog! Well, the bell rang! Dog! Dog! Fuck you, dog. Fucking Christmas story. You shoot your eye out! And that bully looks like fucking Brock Lesnar. Like a young version of Brock Lesnar. Then his like sidekick is like a fat, small version of Paul Heyman. That's like the running joke that those two bullies that bullied Ralphie and Ralphie and his stupid retarded brother. Eat your food. What does a pig do? What is this? And then they're laughing, and Ralphie and his dad are like, yeah, fragile. No, anyway, fragile. What does that mean? It's Italian. It's a leg. It's a beautiful leg. That's something. Oh, fudge. He meant to say fuck, but he said fudge, and then his dad kicked his ass. Washed his mouth out with soap, and he said fudge. Back in the day, you can't say fudge. When you're a little bitty Hulkster dude. I didn't start cursing until I was like in junior high school, so I could care less. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, so Mike Santana wipes the floor with Robbie E. That's it. And then he left. And now tonight, he's facing Mr. Dempsey, Charlie Dempsey. Gonna whip his ass, too. Till he gets through everybody at NXT to get back at Frankie Kazarian. Who I still think is the leader, was the guy that had all these NXT guys come. It's not Robbie E, obviously. Alright, so we have that. Moving on. Speaking of Frankie Kazarian, the TNA World Champion, doesn't like JDC, that's Fandango. Talk about how he's retiring at Genesis and trying to steal the spotlight. Then he says people like John Cena. Wow, a John Cena reference on TNA. Huh. Who knew? And 8 Bad Hair Styles are retiring, but they're stars. And he says that JDC couldn't be a star if he was thrown by a ninja. What? Okay, Frankie. Calm down. Why are you so crazy? Take it easy. Take it easy. Tranquilo. I didn't get that, but okay. So let's see what happens with that. We got Fandango taking on Frankie Kazarian tonight for the TNA World title. Not that JDC is going to win tonight. Imagine if he does. That would be a really big shocker. Of all people, Fandango. Hey, maybe we see, Breezy, you know? Tyler Breeze. Maybe not tonight, but definitely at Genesis, we'll definitely see Breezy. I mean, we saw him, a couple weeks ago in the little, Fashion Police reunion that everybody started crying. I was like, oh. Now, if they came out as the astronauts, like they did on NXT, that NXT pay-per-view one time, that would have been epic. Give me that one more time. Come on, Carlos, you can do it. Come on. Come on. We got that. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we go to the first class penthouse, or clubhouse, whatever it is, with Flop Dollar, AJ Francis, not happy with Rick Swan, the man that goes, all night long, all night. Well, he lost to Leon Slater at the last event, Bound for Glory. So, that brings out Leon as their guest. AJ calls him stupid for granting AJ a title shot, which is tonight. Leon doesn't get why Flop Dollar is talking down to Rich Swann before promising to slap AJ in the face at Final Resolution. I hope he does. AJ then offers a toast, but slaps the glass out of Leon's hand. Hey, that was very good champagne. Circa 1919. I don't know what year, but that's perfectly good champagne. You know? I don't drink champagne. I mean, if you put some, like, Pepsi or some Coke, what I used to do back in the day, put some Coke in, mix it in, doesn't taste anything like champagne. It tastes like lemon lime Coke. That's what it tastes like. I'm not kidding. Anything. Try it. You might like it. Like, you know, like Mikey with his, not that Mikey, but... Not you! Why you said my name? Ah, crap! I'm sorry. I meant Mikey that eats Life cereal. I like Life cereal. You do? Since when? I don't know. I just found it in somebody's refrigerator up here. I was like, what is this? And I tried it. It had some, like, milk, and it was good. Okay, Mike. I heard you like Golden Grams, too. Oh, they don't taste anything like Golden Grams. They taste like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Wait, you know about that, too? How do you mean I don't... What's wrong with you? I don't know. It's Friday, Mike. I'm going crazy. Yeah, it is Friday. You know, we get wild up here, too, on Fridays. Yeah, I know. Jerome's been telling me about the wild parties you've been having. They get wild up there, guys. I'm telling you. Anyway. But anyway, I'm going to let you go back. You're probably going to be starting a freaking, you know, party up there in an hour or two. I don't know. But you be safe, okay? Now, don't worry. I won't get in no fight. When Jerome pisses me off, I might have to put him to a flaming table. Because I'm awesome. You have a good show. Okay, thank you, Mike. You want to say goodbye? Bye! Okay, get the fuck out of here. So anyway, AJ Francis, stop wasting champagne, you bastard. Anyway, so slaps out of Leon's hand. They start brawling, but then Rich Swann, AJ wants Rich Swann to hit him. Rich Swann's like, I'm not gonna hit him with a belt. But instead, AJ Francis gives Leon the down payment and still not happy with Rich Swann. So why have him in the group? Dude. You flop. Come on now, dude. I know you're a good friend of Issa's, but I mean, dude. Just saying. Just saying. Well, we got that. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then the system with Moose and company. They get a replacement. They will get a replacement for Fandango, though they're not sure who it's gonna be. The plot thickens who it's gonna be. Should be Mike Santana. I don't know. I don't know who's gonna be the new guy, but unless somebody new is gonna be debuting in TNA, I don't know. But we'll get that. Speaking of Fandango, he talks about flying a lot of miles, being ready to hang up his boots for the sake of his own personal life, because he got married recently, and his wife's like, no, I need you here! I need you here to fuck me! Fuck. Damn it! That's what Rosa says all the time. It's like, I can't go out! Most of the time. Yeah, I know. Shut up. Anyway, and he says, at Final Resolution, I will show what I can do. Well, you've done that for so long in, on the indie circuit, and you've done a lot for WWE with your Fandango gimmick. And now, a little bit in TNA. You're doing great stuff for TNA. And on the indies, I saw him at WrestlePro. Him and Homicidal. Holy shit! I don't have the entire match, but I have a part of it. I think it's on my, my Peter Joseph channel. I think. I gotta look. But, yeah, I took some, footage from that match when they were outside the ring, and they fighting around where I was actually, me and my friends were sitting, throwing them into and it's a freaking auditorium, mind you. They're beating the fuck out of each other in the gym, throwing them into, like, the wall. I had that. It's not a big fight, but it's like, you know, kick his ass, Fandango! I didn't say anything. I'm like, oh shit! And you know how crazy Homicide gets? You know? It wasn't that violent at that show. It wasn't that violent. Because, you know, it's New York State Athletic Commission. We can't get that much blood. Can't use, like, ultra-violent weapons and shit. Fuck the commission. Fuck the people that are on it, too. And if you see this video, hey, go fuck yourselves. That's all I gotta say about that. Anyway, moving on. Alright, after that we get to Mustafa Ali taking on Trey Miguel of the Rascals. This was actually a pretty good match. But I had a feeling that Order 4, you know, Agent Zero, Tasha Steelz and company were gonna fuck this up. Actually, nothing really happened. Because near the end, a top rope meteor gives Trey Miguel a near fall on the inside of the ring. And a springboard Canadian Destroyer. Nice. For another near fall, Trey Miguel misses another Meteora, and then Ali locks in the sharpshooter, and he gets the win via tap out in 7.5 minutes. Good match, 3.25 out of 5 stars, and that's that. Moving along. Alright, then we get to the Final Resolution rundown. We got 10 matches. Good lord. 10! Unless 2 on the pre-show. I don't think there's a pre-show tonight, but 10 matches at 9 o'clock. You know it's going on at least 3.5 hours. At least. But then again, these matches might go really short, so. Mike Santana and Charlie Dempsey shouldn't go that long. I say 5, maybe 10 minutes max. But we'll see. Look at that. Alright, go to your main event of the evening, an 8-man tag team match. Matt and Jeff Hardy, the Hardy Boys, teaming up with Cedric Alexander and the Intercontinental Champion Steve Maclin. They take on the men from NXT, Stacks Mahomes, Tyson DuPont, Tyreek Igve, and Lexus King. Pretty wild match. TNA jumps NXT from, pretty much jumps them at the start of the match. And then it starts to calm down a little bit. 14.5 minute match. Get near the end. Lexus King gets in a cheap shot as NXT takes over on the inside of the ring. Steve Maclin chokes that off. Clothesline Stacks out of his boots with just a hot tag to Jeff Hardy, dude! And he comes in, cleans house. Everybody gets knocked down. The parade of hits and stuff like that. Cedric then hits a big flippy nibbity-doo to the floor. But then Lexus King uses his cane on Steve Maclin. Oops. And Stacks gets the win for Team NXT, which doesn't really sit well with Daddy-in-law, Santino Marella. He comes out and yells at his son-in-law to end the show. And I think Steve Maclin is facing Lexus King, or he's facing Stacks tonight. So we get that. So, I mean, Stacks Mahomes is already in the doghouse as it is. You know, he married Santino's hot daughter, Ariana Grace, you know, giving him the sausage, if you know what I mean. And now he's, you know, pissing him off even more. You don't work here! And man, Stacks was on top of the world when being with the family and my cousin Tony D, who's coming back tomorrow, by the way, at Deadline. He went from being a star, former tag team champion with my cuz, and then he turns his back on him and the family, and then that whole feud and everything. He wins the Heritage Cup, which is like basically garbage, nothing, winky-dink trophy that's gone now, thank the Lord. And pretty much after that, downhill. Haven't seen him much on NXT. Now they're making him and Ariana Grace's real-life relationship a thing now, which is good. But he's still doing nothing. So he went from here to down here, dude. Down here. Pretty much. Sucks to be him. And that's that. Alright, so decent match. 3.25 out of 5 stars for that. And that ends Impact. And I gave Impact 6.5 out of 10 stars, and that's pretty much it. Alright, really quickly, we're going to get to Ring of Honor before we get to the predictions video. So I'm going to quickly run down the show and what happened. And then I'm going to get to, I'm going to finish the video off and then get into TSL 95 because, one, SmackDown's coming on in 25 minutes, and then I want to get the predictions video out before the actual pay-per-view starts. Well, not the pay-per-view, the event. It's not pay-per-view. It's on TNA Plus, but it's not pay-per-view. But so I want to get the predictions out before Final Resolution starts at 9. Ugh. And we have that. But while my notes load on my ancient computer, let's take a toast. To you, you great people that are watching me right now. Most of you, but here's to you, fuckers. And this is straight Pepsi, as always. There you go. Clip that. So I know you clip everything. And then you make fun. Your stupid laugh. You sound like a fucking moron. But then you make fun of me when I'm doing my epic impressions that you can't do. And you say, I'm a horrible person, I'm this and that. Yet I'm doing way better than you now. Or now, huh? Doing way better than you. Subs. Getting some subs. You got a few comments here and there. Good comments, too. Some, I still get the bad ones and I just throw them out because I don't need to look at it because it's, boring fucking comments, and you're making, calling me names and shit. No, if you're gonna leave me a comment, an actual comment, with your opinion about the Netflix buying Warner Brothers, and, me complaining about where's AEW gonna go, and then you're gonna come leave me a comment that says, you're a fucking idiot, you're a spaz, you're a mark, thinking that AEW's done. I never said they were done. I said they could be done. You gotta listen. 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 Like Max Cassidy tells us, listen. Or that ever great song by In This Moment, you're gonna listen, so. Listen to the words that come out of my mouth. Just don't, just watch the video, listen, hear what I have to say, and then make your dumb fucking observations while you're, throwing down a bottle or a shot. Because then you're not in a clear state of mind. And I personally don't care, I don't drink, so when I have an opinion, I'm actually giving you my heartfelt opinion. I don't have to smoke, I don't have to drink, or whatever. And if I do my epic impressions, it's not because, I'm off my medication or anything like that. I'm just adding a little bit of comedy and satire to my show. You don't like it? Don't watch! But you will, because, like I said, you're too obsessed with me. And you got nothing else to do in your garbage-filled life. Go out and get a life. Go work. Go do whatever you gotta do on a Friday night. Or on any night. Or any day, pretty much. Do something else besides, coming on your dumb, boring live streams with your dumb, fake friends and trying to, for 2 hours or so and trying to make a mockery of me when you're failing miserably. That's all I gotta say about that. Alright, let's get the Ring of Honor TV this week. The go-home show before Final Battle. Finally, we're done with the Women's Pure Tournament. We had Billy Starks taking on Yuna from Final Fantasy X, or what we call her Yuka Sakazaki. And we had Gianna Perazzo in action as well. So let's get that. So, Ring of Honor emanated from the Pinnacle in Nashville, Tennessee. Yep! And as always, our commentary team, Ian, Rick, Boring, and the Pasta. Caprice Coleman. So we got that. Mercedes Moné, or the Ho, the CEO, the women's TV champion, graces us with her presence. Not that, whatever, she's going to be defending against Red Velvet in their rematch. Who wins that? That's why I don't like the card for Final Battle. It just feels like an edition of Collision. Or what would have been Rampage. Or was Rampage. Maybe even Dark. Oy. But there's a couple of matches I'm actually looking forward to, but not many. But that's that. Alright, so we open up with the opening sequence. Run down the card. The top of not the bottom, the top of the Final Battle card. I don't know why you didn't do the whole card, anyway. And then we start out with the Beast, Mortos, taking on Commander. Non-title match. I think Commander still has the World TV title. I don't think they recognize it. I don't even know if he lost it. I forget, but I don't care. The Spanish God, Sammy Guevara, he comes out and pretty much shoves him off the top rope as a Poison Rana drops the Beast Mortos. Again, Commander goes up top, maybe looking for Cielito Lindo, and Sammy Guevara comes out, shoves him down, goes to disqualification, and all three men are going to be in that Survival of the Fittest match for Bandito's world title. So, there you go with that. So, under 10 minutes was what it was. And that's pretty much it. After the match, Commander gets his mask ripped off. Whoa. And then Bandito SA, he comes out for the save. And then Don Callis comes out, talks about his white pants, and then introduces Hechicero, or Hechicero, whatever you want to call him. And pretty much the good guys are beaten down, and the other three guys argue over the belt. So, Commander and Bandito pretty much get beaten down, and then you have Mortos, Sammy Guevara, and Hechicero yelling at each other, and then Blake Christian's in the background like, look at this guy, look at this. Because he's in the match too. I'm surprised he didn't come out. Alright, whatever. We got that. Alright, then it's Tony Khan's special time. We got the premier athletes, Ari Daivari, Tony Nese, and somebody. They take on Philly Collins. Sorry, guys, 1 second. Okay, here we go. Take off my glasses, because I don't want to break them. This is what happens when you make stupid names in wrestling, or something stupid happens, and we have to get our book or pad or whatever of doom, and we do this. 1, 2, 3. Dumb! Philly Collins, really. That's a diss to the legend Phil Collins, and even more of a legend in Phil Collins from Def Leppard. Philly Collins. At least it isn't like the great legend that he is. Teriyaki! That's a legend. That's a legendary name. Or Barry! Oh. Anyway, Philly Collins, Marino Tenaglia, and Zoe Lynn. Who the fuck are these people? These fucking jobbers they got from the power plant or some shit. Or from Nashville, Tennessee local idiots that make $25 at their local bingo hall. I don't know. But, who the fuck are you guys? I mean, who the fuck are you guys? What do you do here? What's your name? Anyway, under 3 minutes suckfest. Did I say under 3 minutes suckfest? Yeah. So the Vari breaks up after Philly Collins catches Tony Nese's boot, Davari breaks that up with a hammerlock lariat to Philly Collins, and then Denali, whoever that guy is, chokeslams Zoe Lynn for the pin. Garbage! Settle. We move on with that. Alright, then we get to our next match. Rosario Grillo, takes on Reggie! Or good buddy Reggie, otherwise known as Scripps, otherwise known as his real name, Sidney Akeem. Where have you been lately, dude? Besides CCW and GCW. Anyway, good match for 4.5 minutes. A backflip gilly cutter gets broken up. So then Reggie connects with a second attempt of the backflip cutter. This time he gets it, and he picks up the win. 1, 2, 3. So Reggie gets the win. There you go. And yes, I am going to steal it, Reggie. I'm stealing it. Next time I see you, I'm going to tell you I stole it. So you can't say nothing. Oh, give it back! No! Mine now! Mine! You can have your garbage backflip cutter. I'm going to have my extreme backflip diamond cutter. Gilly cutter. More emphasis on extreme. So, you try that in GCW. Just don't fall on your ass when you do it. Oh, he did one. Did not look good. Or was I thinking of somebody else? Or I'm thinking of Ninja Mac. Don't tell him I said that. He knows he's fucked up. I love Ninja Mac and all, but, sometimes he botches a lot. More times than Brie Bella. I'm sorry. No, I'm not, actually. See, when I laugh, I go, ha ha! You go, Anyway, moving on. With that. Alright, we got SmackDown coming up in a little bit. Hopefully my computer can wake up. Because I want to do these predictions while SmackDown probably be on the air. And I got other things to do. My computer's ancient, so if anybody wants to donate an actual good computer, then hit me up. But, whatever. Where are we here? Alright, so we had that meh match with Reggie winning. After that, we got the 6-man tag team action. Another Tony Khan special. We got the Peacock, Dalton Castle, and the Outrunners, my favorite tag team. Duke Magnum and Turbo Floyd, they take on Jake Omen, nice name, Ashton Adonis, and Josh Crane. 3 more flunkies, idiots, jobbers, whatever you want to call them. Easy win for the Outrunners and Dalton. Dalton comes in, hits some suplexes, then the Outrunners come in, they do the mega powers, brother, to get the elbow, brother. Into the bangerang, they get the win. See what happens with that. Really should be going for the trios titles and not beating up flunkies. And that's pretty much it. Dalton should be going for the world title, or at least the TV title, or maybe the pure title. One of the titles at least. We get that. Moving on. After the match, she's like, Rick O'Shit, the national champion, comes out for distraction, which allows the Gates of Agony, Bishop Kwan, and Toa Leona to jump the Outrunners, and then Ricochet comes in and hits the belt shot on Dalton, then gives him the spinning gun, and then we got a match out of that. So, an AEW title on Final Battle. Really? Moving on. Alright, then you're gonna love these guys with this name. The Death Riders, William Yuta and Danny Garcia, the Dancing Fool, they take on the Real Brothers, Damian and Damon. Who? Anyway, I don't know who these guys are. There had to be some indie darlings with the same really weird last name of Real, R-E-E-L, not R-E-A-L. Okay. This ain't the Tate brothers, you know, of Dalton's boys, who got ceremoniously royally fired because they're idiots. But I digress. Anyway, William Yuta and Danny Garcia get the win with a flying forearm heart attack, interesting, into the Dragon Tamer, and Danny Garcia makes I think it was Damon Real tap out like a little bitch. Well, there you go. Moving on. Nothing to see here, folks. We got that. Alright, after that, we got Queen Amanada. We haven't seen her in a while because I think she injured her neck. The one and only tells Deonna Purrazzo that she is injured and out of the tournament. Yeah, you were out of the tournament like a month, 2 months ago. A couple months ago, I should say. Meaning Deonna is in the finals, so she got a bye, basically. Lucky her, huh? Deonna is understanding, as well as ready for Billy Starks or Yuka Sakazaki. As, Deonna, I think Deonna was supposed to take on, no, Yuka beat, Serena Deeb on Tuesday night, I believe. That was a good match, but we have that. Alright, so we move on. Alright, then we got another quickie match, like we saw in TNA, 15 seconds. On Ring of Honor, we got 34 seconds as the CE whore, Mercedes Moné, takes on Little Miss Larkin. I know you! Yeah, I do. She's on Facebook. She beats her in 34 seconds with the statement maker. Blah, blah, blah. Nothing to see. She just parades around like the fucking whore that she is. I'm the CEO. CEO. Chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup. Soon to be Les Belts Monet coming into 2026, and I can't wait for it. And I hope at All In or Double or Nothing she loses the TBS title to somebody. Who? Don't know. Maybe Zeta Steel. I don't know. Maybe Diamante. Somebody's going to beat Mercedes for the TBS title, and I'm going to laugh. And the Ring of Honor TV title. And all the other belts she procured, if you will, using a Hardy Boys reference. We get that. Alright, then it's time for My Girl Billy Starks takes on Yuna from Final Fantasy X, Yuka Sakazaki. Great match for under 11 minutes. Hard hitting, back and forth, near falls galore. We get near the end, an ankle lock makes Billy use her second rope break because it's pure rules. 3 rope breaks. And only way to win is pinfall submission. And if you use a closed fist, that gets a warning. The next one, you lose, I think you get disqualified or you lose a point or some shit like that. Whatever. Anyway. So Billy uses her second rope break, slams Yuka off the top, goes for a swanton, miss, no water in the pool for you, lassie. And then Yuka goes for a top rope splash, she missed. Somebody fill that water in the pool! Billy grabs a knee bar, Yuka does the same thing, so we have dueling submissions, and then they trade forearms for a double escape, and then both use their final rope breaks, so somebody's gonna win by pinfall submission anyway. They strike it out, so Billy trips her into a fruit roll-up with the feet on the rope. Smart, Billy. She gets the win to go to the finals and takes on Deonna Purrazzo for the Women's Pure Championship. They're going to be crowned the first ever Women's Pure Champion. So, that's nice. I told you this was going to happen, that Billy and Deonna were going to be in the finals. Who's going to win tonight? I would mark out if it's Billy, but I'm thinking we're going to go with Deonna Purrazzo, and I think Deonna Purrazzo, down the line, sometime next year, I don't think at the end of this year, maybe at World's End, I doubt it, but I think by next year, her and Athena are going to cross paths for that Ring of Honor Forever Championship, and Deonna is going to be the one in 1100 and something and one to finally beat Athena, and that long almost 4-year reign of terror, and Deonna Purrazzo is going to become the new Ring of Honor Women's Champion. Mark my words on that. It could be Billy, I mean, if they want to go that route for a 5th time. Maybe 4th, but it's 5th. But, I mean, we'll see. They should have pulled the trigger last year. They didn't. Everybody got mad in the Hammer scene. We were mad. We almost saw a riot. I was like, shit. Get out of here! No, we gotta stay. We got a couple more matches left. Shit. Alright, so Billy wins. And that's it. Yeah. So, yeah, they advertise Mercedes Moné. She comes out for 34 fucking seconds. Horrible. I mean, the card does not look great. It does not. I've seen way better Final Battle cards from way back in the day with during the Steen Generico era and the Young Bucks era that are way better than this card. This feels like a TV show made a card made it. Who did this? Like some 5-year-old? I'm gonna put this in this here. I think it's great. Okay. I mean, really? Dude. Alright, that's it. Ring of Honor wasn't great. 6 out of 10 stars. I can't. This show needs to be revamped. The promotion needs to pretty much die. I don't know anymore. Ring of Honor. I don't know. Hopefully the pay-per-view is actually decent. I doubt it, but we'll see. Usually, Ring of Honor pay-per-views are pretty good, but you look at the card up and down, it looks like shit. I think the world title match will be a good match. I think it'll be a banger. What else? I think Deonna and Billy Starks, the finals could be good. Could be. I didn't say it will be. I think it could be good. There's maybe one or two more matches that might be actually good. So, not a great card, but I mean, we'll see if they can pull off a great show. And that's all I gotta say about that. Alright, I'm out of here, guys. Thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.